Hi everyone and welcome to my place. I've just looked at these lovely Stargazer lilies here, which are part of our new flowers on at Prestige Botanicals, and I just remembered that for many generations the lily has been fighting with the rose for the crown to be the reigning queen of all flowers. That's just an aside, and I just remembered that, so I thought I'd share it with you. Right, today I want to share with you what I call my cheats floral arranging. By that I mean when you buy 2 or 3 stems of lilies that cost an arm and a leg, and you put them into a vase, they're not open and you are willing them to open and they never seem to open in time. Well, this is what I do, and we're just going to go left of right for a minute to talk about vases, because most of us, when we buy flowers or we pick flowers, we bring them inside and we put them into a vase. And isn't it always the way? The flowers are too tall for the vase, or you don't have the right vase, and we have a moment of, oh, I'm a little bit too scared to cut them. Well, never be afraid to cut. Let me just run you through a little rule about how to get your flowers to the very right length for the vase so you don't have to be fiddling with them, and what to do by incorporating something that is artificial. And these flowers that I have had made are absolutely deliciously divine, and they look like exactly what nature did. I am so thrilled with them, and so will you when it comes to designing. Let me just talk about vases before we go too far. Okay, so we have vases that look like this. We might have vases that look like this. I'll get rid of those flowers. You might have a vase like this, or this, or this, or one of these that looks like this. Then you get your flowers and you think, oh, which vase? You put them in there and it's a bit too tall. You could put them into there and that's sort of looking all right. You could put it into here and that's sort of all right. But then you get this tall vase that looks like this, and then you've got all the stem and just these flowers up the top. Or you put it into this vase and it's far too tall for the vase. And that's when we need to talk about balance. If it's too tall and you put all those flowers into there, what will happen is they will fall over. Or you might use a vase like this that's a little bit wide in shape at the top and the flowers splay out. Right, let me tell you the golden rule. When it comes to placing flowers into a vase, the rule is 1.5 times the height or the width, whichever is the greater. So there's a vase. As I said, it's 1.5 times the height of the container, height or the width, whichever is the greater. This is higher as opposed to wider. So we're not going to be putting flowers into there. We're actually going to be putting flowers into here. So as the golden rule is, and until you get it, you'll get to know what it is just once you start getting into it. So that to me is, so that's my full length there. So go up to there and then come down. That is 2 times the height of the container. So what you do is you cut off that surplus. Ta-da! So much easier. So let's get onto it and I'll show you how to, what do we design into? Let me think. Let's do it into that vase there. Get rid of all of these. I actually am loving these old-fashioned cut glass vases. I think that they're just beautiful. They give an elegance to our flowers. Okay, let's look at, and then the other thing I like to do is, before you even start cutting, get all of your flowers out in front of you. And don't forget that the growers usually cut everything to one length, and they cut them longer as opposed to shorter because they don't know when they're being sold, when they're being purchased, whether they're going to be in a tall container or a short container. So get your flowers all out and cut them. I'm not going to put any water into here now. Okay, so there we have, and usually you buy these in 3s or 5s, depending on how many, what the growers sell them in, or what they're sold through the market or at the supermarket or wherever you buy your flowers. And I look at that and I think, oh yeah, that's quite nice, but 3 it's sort of not doing it for me, and it's not looking impressive. So this is when you can cheat the system by using flowers that are already out, and that was the whole reason why I have designed these flowers the way they are. Also, I have done them long. As I said, I'm just producing something that has got as long a stem as possible so that you can do more than one type of designing with these should you choose. So you might want to put these into a church arrangement or something big and grand. So I've left them long, but please do not be afraid to do what I have done with the fresh ones and take the clippers. Now I just want you to know that I am hunting the world for the best clippers in the world. So just keep an eye on the site and I'll do an announcement when they are ready for sale. So cut everything before you start, and I'm just going to have to do this because this is until I can get the really good ones that I want. That was incredibly difficult. Now I've put a wee bend in that, so I'm going to have to straighten it up. Okay, getting rid of that. Now, where's that fresh one? Put the fresh ones in, and then it's just a matter of popping these in with it. And the great thing about these is you can bend and manipulate, and you can play God for a minute, the botanical god of flowers. So there we have an arrangement that looks far better than just 3 blooms. And as these open, this arrangement will get bigger and bigger and bigger. So there is my tip and my lesson to you on balance and getting the right height for the vase that you're using. Please never be afraid to cut, because you can. And also an introduction to my new flowers at Prestige Botanicals. I'll show you as many different ways of using these lilies in designs as I can. Thanks for watching. I hope I have been of assistance, and I will see you another day. And oops, one more thing. Don't forget to put fresh water into your vase or your flowers will die, but these will not. See you again.